Welcome everybody, Cowboys, Trailers, and Ranches. This is Jimbo, and today my special guest and host is Miss Venessa Joy. She is the CEO and owner of Ag Women Connect. Welcome to Lubbock.
Thank you.
Or you should be welcoming me.
Yes, yes.
We're in Lubbock, Texas, and quick story, my kiddos, stepson and daughter are going to Texas Tech, so we're moving them up this week. And this lady was absolutely wonderful about meeting me at this cool little cowboy bar called Cap Rock Cafe.
Yes.
I love this.
Coldest beer in town.
The bar tour continues.
And there's 2 locations.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh my God, this is awesome. Cool. Yeah, that's a great atmosphere. Great atmosphere. So kind of the secret joke behind the scenes is I end up doing a lot of my podcasts from bars, right? So once again, here we are in Lubbock. So
I think I brought you to the best one.
Dude, I think you did. This is really cool. And thank you once again. Thank you for joining us. This is amazing. Cannot wait to hear about your organization for women and what you do. And speaking of that, you do your own podcast.
I do.
I do. Tell me about that.
Well, it's been a learning experience. We had that conversation earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's called Ag Talk, Your Story Matters. And we actually started it earlier this year more as like a mental wellness concept because people in agriculture have a tough time with mental wellness and illness, right? And so it's something that we take seriously within Ag Women Connect. And I honestly just wanted a place where women can come in every week, no matter where they were in the United States, right? They can't always physically meet up.
Right.
So I was like, well, how cool would it be to just all hop on a Zoom and just check on one another every week? And so that's what it started out as, but it's grown into something a lot more. So we do talk about mental wellness a lot with our podcast, but we also feature and highlight our members of Ag Women Connect. So our conversations are so diverse, and that's what's so cool about it. It's because we have women all over the United States in different roles of agriculture. And so we're just all conversating and just learning from each other.
So cool. Well, and as you say that, mutual friend, Miss Jana Earp, she is how we got connected.
Yeah.
And what an amazing lady she is. And she is fixing to take over your footwear chapter.
Yes.
Right? Is
yes.
that or did I?
No, it's all good.
Did I throw the news out too quick? Sorry, Jana.
Well, it's so crazy, like what a small world it is in agriculture.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I didn't know each other, but we have so many friends in common, and that is right there. That is like the power of networking. This is why what we're doing right here is so important.
Absolutely. They say 2 degrees of separation. I'm telling you what, in our industry, I think it's 1.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. So when I was in Cheyenne last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, last week, I got the chance to have dinner. Vanessa and I had dinner with Krista, who was producing your podcast. And she's like, Vanessa, you're having a podcast with Vanessa? She's like, I do her podcast.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
I know, thousands and thousands of miles away from us.
Unbelievable. That's 100% exclamation point why I love this industry and the people in it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's networking at its finest, like you said.
Yes, and supporting and encouraging and we want to see other people succeed in this industry.
Absolutely. So the podcast thing, I'm just going to take a minute and get on it because when I started this thing, it was kind of going to be fun with a buddy and I.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of joke around and drink a little whiskey back and forth. But now it's like something that not only is near and dear to me, but just being able to shed light and bring knowledge and people like yourself, your story and the stories that are out there. I'm telling you what, I'm like addicted to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wake up every morning and I can't wait to get after it for this podcast. So I don't know, is that kind of the same thing for you now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Never had a dull conversation. I look forward to just getting to know people in this industry. And I've learned a lot on the way too. You know, it's kind of like what's that saying where you throw spaghetti on the wall to see if it sticks?
Oh,
Same thing. Kind of. That's what happened to me, and it just took off. And then it was like, oh, I had some friends that had connections to rural radio, and he said something one weekend, and they called me, and I was like, okay. Let me just say this: that's God. That's God working in your life,
yes.
No doubt. So I talk a lot about faith, not only in my journey, but as Ag Women Connect, we're a Christian-based company, and so
didn't know that.
Yeah, faith comes up a lot in our stories.
Good for you. That's awesome. Well, when I was in Cheyenne, I did a podcast with Tom Herseth, the CEO, and we joked around about it. It took us 3 times, right? Because we had internet issues, and so, and I do believe this, and you may appreciate this. So, the last time we filmed on a Sunday, right? And it was quiet, and we had internet, and we didn't have anybody bothering us. And I looked at Tom. I'm like, he's approving. He's approving. That's why that third time was a charm.
That's funny. Well, I feel like people in this industry have so much grace. You know, when I was trying to figure out everything, even like get the proper equipment for podcast, and they basically just held my hand and walked me through it, and I'm so thankful for that.
Right on. You're doing well. So are you. You're doing well. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And God bless everybody out there that keeps listening and keeps growing this thing. I'm not kidding you. I mean, I tell you guys every week how much I appreciate it. I love y'all, and I do. And I'm not going anywhere. In fact, every day I try to think of some other crazy idea to do to keep this thing going long term. So just know that, unfortunately, you're going to keep seeing this every week. So, but I need y'all to do something for me before we get started with Venessa. I need you to like us, and I don't do that enough. I'm telling you, chasing this followers thing is, God almighty, especially for a guy at 56 years old that don't play social media real well. It's a little tough. So I need your help. Like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, go to Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all those platforms. Help us out, because if y'all help us out, that just means we're going to be here all longer. So once again, I don't get to do that enough, and my lovely wife told me I need to start doing that. So anyway, that's my mission for the day right there. So let's jump in. Let's jump in. So tell me a little bit about Miss Venessa Joy.
Okay. Well, I'm actually from Plainview, Texas. So being in Lubbock, that's just 45 minutes from here. I grew up in 4-H and FFA, riding, showing, and judging horses. Judging is my strong suit.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So I'm actually pursuing my professional judging card in a few organizations right now.
Get out of here.
Yes. It's been fun.
Awesome. We need more judges.
Well, now I realize, when you usually go into an organization and you see people who are judges, they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Yeah. Now I realize why, because it's not
We're still
easy.
Young.
Yeah, we're still young. It's not easy. I tried to go down that path in my early 20s, and when I was married and having kids, and it just wasn't happening.
Right. So now you got a little time to.
Now I have a little time.
Do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Right on. I love that. That's cool.
That's my background. It's more of the equine industry, and I had my heart set on going to A&M forever, and I went.
You was going to be on that extended program?
Oh, I guess.
We're going to go forever. I'm just going to keep going to school.
Well, I kind of did that too. That's another story.
Well, I love stories. We'll get to that maybe later.
Yes. But Texas Tech snagged me at a paint horse show that I was at, and they were just starting their ranch horse team, and they had a heck of a judging team, and so they didn't have to twist my arm too much. So came to Tech, and I've just rooted, down here in Lubbock, Texas, and I love it.
And talk about. I'll go back again and talk about the school at Texas Tech. What a great program. What a great area that opens up. I mean, this community opens up their arms for these kids and that school, and that's why our kids are going there. I mean, they couldn't wait to get here. I couldn't be more excited for them.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great town. Great town.
It is. The people in Lubbock are amazing. A lot of the professors that I had, I'm not going to say how many years ago, but They still follow
Come on,
me.
chicken.
And, yeah.
Come on, chicken.
They support Ag Women Connect, and we're all working together, right?
Yep.
I mean, we all want to see agriculture not just merely survive, but start thriving again.
Absolutely.
So, got to
carrying the torch.
Yes.
Carrying the torch,
yes.
Vanessa. That's awesome. So, all right. So tell me, let's peel back a layer of Ag Women Connect and kind of tell everybody what it is, because I do know a little bit about, but I'm like y'all out there. I can't wait to absorb all this information today, because I know it's just a tremendous organization. So let's peel back one layer.
Okay.
And tell us about your organization.
Well, thank you. All right. So there's a lot to Ag Women Connect, but I say that we have 3 pillars of Ag Women Connect. And the first pillar is definitely the connection and the relationships that we're building.
Okay.
And so that's the glue of our organization. So I will say that I have been so impressed by the women coming to this platform, but also I just wanted to say thank you, because we've had a lot of men support this organization and support women in agriculture, and I do not take that lightly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. For once, we're backing up the women, which I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because it's always been the opposite, right? You're always surrounded with good women in your background, so that's awesome.
I haven't felt like I've had to fight for this at all, against a man, or I haven't had any bad experiences. So I'll just say it's just been great. It's been a great collaboration of men and women coming to this platform that want to see agriculture, just want to see agriculture thrive again. I don't know why I keep saying that, but
well, but that's a good word. Thrive is a good word.
Yeah, if we don't speak about it, and if we don't start educating people, then we're not going to have agriculture anymore. Absolutely. Because the way things are going, they're taking it inch by inch by inch, and then you're going to look up one day and there's not going to be agriculture. And I don't want to live in a world without agriculture.
No, ma'am. So I guess it's up to people like us to share the information, and that's why I think I can speak for you. That's why I love doing this, because I love sharing information. I love sharing different perspectives, different people in the industry. You are solely taking a women's group and letting women talk and getting them involved in events with ag. That's just killer. That's killer. But if people like yourself don't do that, like you just said, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Well, we've got to put action behind the words and the thoughts that we're thinking and saying, right? The action is what catapults into success. So the way we're taking action with that is building the relationships. So we've got the chapters that are popping up all over, not only Texas, but the nation. So we have Ag Women Connect chapters. And what I love about it, Jimmy, is that everybody really just becomes their own into that chapter, because agriculture looks different according to where you are,
sure.
In the United States. And they have different leadership skills too, and different strengths and different weaknesses. And so what I love about it is we're all working together, and they all bring something different to the table, and they have the freedom to express that no matter what it is within Ag Women Connect.
Right. That's awesome. So with Ag Women Connect, so say my wife got involved, how does she go about it? And then once she gets in, what's protocol after that? Do y'all get together for meetings, for special events, for galas, like you said?
Yeah. We got a little bit of everything going on, but yes, so there's chapter meetings. You can look and see which ones are in your area, or you can just become a part of the national, be it like a national member if you don't have a chapter in your area yet. But you get to be on the podcast according to what membership you get. Yes, and you get to. So
can I sign up?
Yes.
I can. Cool. I'm on the podcast.
You can. But what's cool about that podcast is that, remember what I said about us hopping on a Zoom every week? So the conversation is not just me. It's women from all across the nation and Ag Women Connect that hop on that Zoom, and we get to interview our guests together. So it's not just me interviewing them, but it's getting everybody else's opinion.
That's a cool concept.
On it too.
Yeah, I like that. That's a cool concept.
Yeah. So, I mean, they'll get to participate in that. And then, of course, they'll get discounts to merch and then discounts to, some of the events that we're having, like our Ag Women Connect Gala that's coming up October 6th. So everybody is welcome to come to that. And we've got people flying in from all over. So
that's cool.
It'll be a great representation of agriculture across the nation.
That is so cool. So when you guys get together, you get on Zooms or you get together in a room, is there a topic of conversation? Does everybody kind of bring their own agenda, and we all and you all start talking about it and kind of come and trying to develop answers and solutions?
Yes.
Yes.
So that kind of goes back to our 3 pillars. So the chapters, like I said, they have the freedom to talk about what they want to, honestly, as long as it's supporting agriculture. But a lot of these women feature other agriculture businesses within their area. So they'll do tours, they'll bring in guest speakers. So like Jana, I'll say this, she just talked to Haley Fredrickson at the Cowgirl Channel, and they're going to help each other on the Fort Worth chapter. And so their first meeting is going to be, yes. Way to go get it. Their first meeting is going to be at the Cowgirl Channel bar, which I think is very appropriate.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, September.
I've been trying to get in there.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Really, Jeff?
So, like I said, it's just fun because they bring something different according to where you're at. But again, like even if we can't meet in person, I have a lot of women. I have an amazing chapter leader. Her name's Casey Bold. You need to follow her on LinkedIn. Okay. She's an agriculture coach, and she is heading up the Indiana chapter, and she's superb. So she just did coffee with the women over Zoom today, and we met for a little bit over an hour, and it was so powerful.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Y'all are doing a good thing. Well, I mean, serious. When I first kind of started reading about you and what you did, and then Jana had explained to me a little bit. I'm like, you know what? This is. You're right. That word right there, powerful. This is powerful. Yeah. It's almost like an women in agricultural movement, right?
It is.
Seriously,
you took the words out of my mouth. We are a movement. We're a platform. Thank you. But yeah, we do like to educate too. So I'll say this. So we've got the relationships, but the education and the resources, those are key right there, because we have a lot of women in agriculture who are just trying to figure things out, right? And so if we can give them a leg up, or we can give them a business where let's just say somebody comes to our platform and says, hey, I need a really good ag law attorney. Then we have somebody in our network that we can provide them that has been vetted and that we trust, and say, okay, like this is who you should call.
Right on.
So cool. Yeah.
So cool. So if you were to tell everybody out there how to get involved, what would be the first thing? What would be the first thing?
Go to my website.
Okay.
Yeah, go to my website, agwomenconnects.com. Everything's on there. We have an events calendar up. If you're a member, that's another part too. So you can actually upload, if you have an agriculture event within your area, you can upload that event to our calendar for everybody to see. Okay.
So question for you. Do these women have to be involved in agriculture, or are you taking women that may have an interest, always kind of wanted to be, but never knew that first move to make to get involved?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, we do not discriminate, within your role of agriculture, whether it's somebody who's just like dipping their toe in that wants to homestead or grow their own garden, like you are welcome. But we also have business women. So I have like CPAs, I have lawyers, I have bankers who are not necessarily agriculture based, but they do help people in agriculture.
Gotcha.
So it's a great mixture, and that's what we're really trying to push with our movement is we have got to learn how to educate people outside of the agriculture industry and bridge that gap right
That's
there.
Awesome. I had just talked to somebody the other day, Courtney at Rodeo Race, who I sold for, a buddy of mine. We were just talking about that, about our industry, as you know, is so small. And we're never going to be this huge monster to everybody unless we start educating the people that have never been in agriculture, never set foot on a farm or a ranch. Yep. And that's kind of where we come in, right? I mean, educating people that need to be educated because they need to come over to our side.
Right. Yes. I mean, that truly is our passion. And we're working on some things behind the scenes to be able to do that and to educate people gently about how amazing our industry is.
It is.
Because people just simply don't understand, and they're being fed all this propaganda and they're being fed misinformation through the mainstream media, through our governments. And it's honestly, it's saddening and it's sickening.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And I know I've read some of your articles, girl, and you are not afraid.
No.
God bless you.
Yeah, so please pray for us because it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy to be a leader. It's not easy to speak your mind, and especially on hard conversations and touchy subjects. Right. And so I feel like I've been pretty lucky compared to some of the other women that I work with, like Stephanie Nash and Sarah Fallon. They're contributors with Ag Women Connect, and they're a lot more vocal than I am. But some of the hate mail and the hate comments, I'm pretty vocal, but wow. It's a combination of everything, of everybody. But I feel like it's taken a toll on some of these women. Right. And I will say, so that right there is even more of a reason why you should have a support system. So when you do come across those issues, when you do come across that backlash, you've got people in your corner that are saying, hey, you got this. We believe in you. Right. Go get it. Man or woman.
Right. That's good. Well, you've got a hell of an organization. I'm impressed. And whatever I can do to help, with a couple of shows and ranches can do to help, we're there. Because this is big. This is a big organization. So what I'm really kind of wondering is, what is your partnership like with the Cowgirl Channel?
It's been fantastic.
That's cool.
Again, it's just one of those things where the door was opened. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about faith. I know the flies. Let's talk about faith just a little bit more. So, if y'all haven't checked out the Cowgirl Gathering, definitely check it out because it's really what opened the door for me on so many relationships. So I learned, I think, about it on Facebook or social media last year. And it was early October last year. And I thought, man, it would be really cool if I could be a speaker at that. And so me being bold, and I think this is what God does for people who are bold and courageous. I sent that email and I said, hey, I know it's really late, but if you have a speaker back out, I would love to come to this platform and speak about Ag Women Connect.
Good for you.
Well, what do you know? 2 days later, one of my best friends, Alyssa Mullins, and you might know Farron Lucero.
Yes.
I know you guys know Farron.
Yep.
Great people.
Sure do.
So they were with Stephen Hayes, which was with APHA, who put on the Cowgirl Gathering. They were with him 2 days later, and guess what? Guess whose name popped up? Mine.
Careful
after
what you
I
wish
sent
for.
him that email.
Careful what you wish for.
Yes. And so I got to speak at the Cowgirl Gathering that year.
Cool.
That's so cool.
So how was that? I mean, serious. I mean, a bunch of people, obviously.
Yeah.
Did you falter, or you just kind of blew it?
No, I just went in there. I just spoke my heart. I can talk about women in agriculture literally all day long. I can talk about my passion all day long. And so that's exactly what I did. Amanda Kimes with Kimes Ranch.
Yeah.
She interviewed us.
Really?
And so it was awesome. So then that transpired into something bigger. So I, developed my relationship with APHA and some of the other people who were hosting that event. And I said, hey, what do you think about Ag Women Connect actually bringing in speakers every year? Because there were a lot of women who weren't necessarily in the equine industry, but in the agriculture industry that were interested in going.
Right. But
they didn't feel quite comfortable because, they don't ride a horse or they just don't have that background. And so it's just crazy how great minds think alike, right? And they were like, we were actually thinking about the Cowgirl State of Mind. And yeah, we would love to bring more people in through the agriculture space to this. to this event. So I was like, I got you.
That's awesome.
So Sarah Fallon and Stephanie Nash spoke this year, and I'm telling you, they rocked the house.
I love that.
And raised some eyebrows. And they loved it.
Ooh, women bringing it.
Women bringing
the heat.
So so now the Cowgirl Gathering is in May. Coming in hot. So it's just crazy. So I've reached out to the Cowgirl Channel and let them know that we were there. So the Cowgirl Channel interviewed me and Stephanie the day before. And then with them kicking off Cowgirl Channel and Western's Women's Sports Roundup, they needed some content. And I was like, I've got the women that
got the content.
Willing and ready to tell their stories. I'll just send them to you.
Right on.
So God thing right there, I'm telling you.
So it did not, so correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't take you long to get in the door with the Cowgirl Channel.
I don't think so. But I mean, that's say that concedingly.
No. I'm saying that because that's amazing. That's kudos to you because that's pretty quick.
They're great,
especially with a growing platform like that. So
and we're all growing, and so we all give each other a ton of grace. Things have been put on hold for about a month because they're concentrating on the rodeo, which I totally understand. It's just I've had to learn a lot. They're still learning a lot, and so we're just
you're growing together.
Here. Yes, that's what's so fun about it.
God bless cowgirls. Talk about it all the time. God bless cowgirls.
Well, when you step into that faith and you don't even know exactly how it's going to work, that's okay. Like, that's the fun part of it. Right. It's like you get to grow and you get to see things happen, and you're like, oh, I see what you were doing. Right.
And you know what? I think that's why I doing this with you and getting involved with your organization. I just, everybody is pulling for the same thing, right? Everybody's on the same team.
Yes.
So I think if we keep doing this and we keep staying together and we keep letting everybody know what we're trying to relay, I think we're gonna get through it.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna get through it.
Well, I like to say I sent somebody this the other day, and I was like, "Oh, it's so good." I heard it on the Benny Johnson. I think it was Benny Johnson that said it, but the pendulum has been bent so much as far as misinformation and what's going on in agriculture. The people in agriculture are going to snap back that pendulum, and it's going to be hard. And when we do it, we are bringing it.
Ooh,
and we're going to change lives with it. Snap back that pendulum. It's coming.
Don't listen to the news. Listen to Venessa Joy, but don't listen to the news.
Well, if you want to continue to have your own garden, eat your own food, have the
raise your own beef.
Yes, have the freedom to eat those things. Then stop supporting these big businesses and
let's get back to your
plant-based businesses too. They're not helping.
Let's get back to our local farmers and ranchers. Come on, it's like we used to, guys. Come on, let's go back. Yeah. Let's go back in the day.
Let's go back to what God put on this earth for us to eat.
That's right. Oh, now we're preaching. We're preaching now. Oh, you're a trip. So, where do you see this? I mean, where do you want this thing? Where do you want AWC to go? Where do you want this thing to plateau at?
To be the true seekers and the true speakers of agriculture.
Bam.
Period.
Bam. Wow. Cool. You can just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
I think we're definitely headed in the right direction.
I think about this a lot. When people ask me about, oh, man, how do you go about getting people? I'm like, here's what you got to realize, and I think you'll agree. I will include you in this. We will never ever run out of content. Mm-hmm. This Western industry, as long as you're taking care of the people that are out there on the front lines, getting dirty, getting bloody every day, and you're taking care of them people as well as the people that have got followers and are a little bit in the limelight, you will never ever run out of content in this industry.
Yeah.
Right?
We might be small, but we are mighty.
Boom. Absolutely. And to me, and I've got a little bit of criticism for this, but I really don't care because this is the way I'm going to do it. But I'd just as soon take care of the little guy down here that doesn't get recognized, that's out pounding posts, that's out tagging ears, that's out castrating, that's out riding fence. I'd just as soon take care of those guys and have what those guys have got to say as that guy that's winning 7 million riding bulls or 7 million riding bareback horses in rodeo.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well,
and I love rodeo, don't get me wrong.
No, well, everybody starts from somewhere, but I totally get what you're saying. And that's something that we emphasize in Ag Women Connect, Jimmy, is we're for the underdogs too. Because if you think about it, the people who are really working in that agriculture industry, they don't have time to go on social media. You know, they're out there with their hands wet, their hands dirty, their hands into something.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have 1 follower or 100,000 followers. To us, your story matters. Right. Period.
See, I love that. We're on the same page.
Yes.
We're on the same page. We're going to be a good team.
Yes.
So, got a question for you.
Okay.
So, something I came up with since day one, I ask all my guests, if you could pick one thing in our Western industry, Western culture, Western lifestyle, to keep it Western, because that's my tagline, keep it Western.
Keep it Western.
What would it be?
Goodness,
one.
That's a tough one.
Of course it is. You think I was going to make it easy?
Honestly, I believe it's the food industry within agriculture, because if
it's a new one.
We lose, well, I'm saying if we lose control of our food, we lose the people, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point that nobody's brought up yet.
Yeah,
that's a good point. And I know you are a big advocate of the beef industry and getting back to real beef and not this crap they're trying to choke us with.
Yeah.
So that goes right along with what you're talking about, the food industry, right?
The food industry, because it plugs into really almost anything agriculture. Right. A farmer, a rancher.
Yep, absolutely.
All of them.
Guys are out there combining corn, planting corn, combining beans, taking beans out. The farmer, the rancher, guys, let's get back to doing business with them. Forget about that big box crap, okay? Because I think the eyes have been open. So let's take care of each other, right? And I know, once again, I've read your stuff, and I know you're a big advocate for that. So it's a good answer. I like the food.
Well, it might change, and that's the thing. Is like everything has a season, right? But that's something that I am truly passionate about, and what I keep hearing that people are bringing to Ag Women Connect is they are really concerned for the local farmer and rancher, which are all pretty much tied back to our food industry.
Right. Absolutely. It is. You're right. That's why we're doing what we're doing, right? You have been a wealth of information. I knew this was going to be good. And I just hope everybody out there listening and watching just absorbed all this. And I hope y'all get on her website and hope you connect with this lady or her chapters, because it's a good thing, ladies. It is a really good thing, and it's only going to help. It's only going to help our industry. So if you got time, reach out for sure. Hey, I've been trying to take a little bit of time every week now to give shout out, give love to our military. So I'm going to do it as much as I can. Like I said, being a veteran myself, God bless our military. God bless all you guys that are still out there on the front lines in the war, getting your freaking asses handed to you every day. Thank you. Go hug one, go give one a handshake, and tell them how thankful you are. And with that, thank you for your service. So with that, my buddies at Pendleton, they came out with a military edition. If you're the best whiskey on the planet, if you're a fan, go get this and help our military. They'd be doing everybody a big favor there. Like us on Facebook. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna get it in twice this week. Like us on Facebook. Like us on Instagram. Go to our YouTube. Subscribe. Help us out. Can't say that enough, because we need to boost this every week, just like Miss Venessa needs to boost her podcast. So go on her podcast also. How do we do that? Why I'm on that subject?
Okay, so we're on Rural Radio every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So you can listen to the newest episode on Saturdays, but then they're released on Buzzsprout and Apple.
Oh, you're on Buzzsprout too?
Yeah, on Tuesdays. Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool.
You can find us at all those places.
Cool. And LinkedIn.
And our website.
And LinkedIn.
Because
that's where her and I. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give a little kudos to LinkedIn, because I have met some absolutely wonderful people on there. And I'll tell you, the relationships and the networking on that, I think that's fun. A little honey hole, to be honest with you.
Well, you can have an intellectual conversation with people on there.
Intellectual, that leaves me out.
Stop it.
That's a big word for Jimbo.
Well, you know, you can voice your opinion on there and people just aren't going to keep scrolling, you know?
Yeah.
They want to interact.
True. No, right on. It's all business, guys. It's all business. There's no crap on there like the rest of social media.
Yeah.
For the most part, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, check LinkedIn out. My time, I want to reach out to all our cool sponsors, Ranch Texas, ranchtexas.com. Go check out all the wonderful, really beautiful ranches we've got for sale and coming. Ranch business is good. Buy dirt, ranchtexas.com. Rodeo rigs out of Montana, my buddy Courtney and Crystal Higgins. Trailer business. You're looking for a trailer, elite, Lakota, used, one guy, one family. They're on a ranch in the middle of nowhere in eastern Montana, and they've been doing it a long time and do it as well as anybody rodeo rigs in Montana. Laredo Conversions, building the coolest conversion truck in Weatherford, Texas. Brian Gillard, thank you so much. The Cowboy Roundup, Miss Patty Franklin in Wyoming for the Rodeo Clinic Scholarship Organization nonprofit she has. Please, please, please reach out. Help our youth rodeo program in that. The Beaver Box, building the coolest hat box. Do you know about the Beaver Box?
No.
Oh, girl, we got to chat about the Beaver Box.
Okay.
It is the coolest hat box. Coolest hat box.
I need some hat boxes.
I'll show you. But thank you, Corey and Scott Powers for that design. And I'm gonna let it out of the bag a little bit. We got some cool stuff coming for NFR with the Beaver Box. So stay tuned.
We'll be there.
That means you got to watch every week because I may just drop a little bit here and there about what's coming in at NFR. So anyway, can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Can't
this was
thank
so
you
much
enough.
Fun. I could literally talk for hours.
You're amazing. Thank you for coming on. You're an amazing organization, amazing lady, and guys, help each other out. Help this lady out. She'll help you. Let's keep this Western family together. Right?
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay, so don't know if you know how we sign off, but I'm gonna tell you. Okay. So on the count of 3, we're gonna say let her buck and keep it Western.
Let her buck.
Let her buck.
Oh, let her buck.
Let her buck and keep it Western.
All right.
Come on.
All right.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Let her buck and keep it Western.